this part of the world, there is an old martial art that was considered so dangerous by the occupiers of the land that it was forbidden. But it didn't disappear. It remained hidden, with its forms and techniques embedded in the form of dance and play. We travel to the Philippines to witness the resurgence of arnis.
Okay, we are on our way to the Philippines, to Manila. Going to be checking out some incredible stick fighting with a world champion athlete. This is us on our way to Philippines right now.
On the way to my motherland.
Really excited. Both Romark and I have been to the Philippines, but on separate occasions. So this is gonna be the first time that we're going to his home country together. Last time I was in the Philippines was 6 years ago, in 2018, when I competed in World's Strongest Man. That's a competition I placed fourth in before winning it. Good to be back, good memories, but it's gonna be way too hot. Man, there ain't nothing like Filipino heat.
Last time I was here, I buried my biological father. Now I'm filming a strength unknown documentary about arnis. Background story, I was adopted at a young age, and I found out that I had half siblings here in the Philippines, and I'm going to be hanging out with one of them. Her name is Mika, and her and RJ is going to pick us up. Hi Mika. Hi RJ.
Hello, hello. Oh, are we gonna fit?
We all fit.
From Spanish scholars of the 1500s and oral tales from practitioners, we can get a sense of arnis's difficult to unravel history. Once upon a time, using bladed everyday tools, Filipino farmers fought in disputes over land. But these were no mere flailing brawls. What they had was an ever-evolving martial art, informally taught and passed down from generation to generation. It was practical and untethered to any rigid system, so adaptive that despite preference to shorter concealable blades, it successfully integrated old fencing techniques inspired by their Spanish conquerors and became so feared its practice was banned. The commoner's martial art, without access to its former blades, took on sticks with technique being taught through choreographed dance and mock battles, and thus it survived underneath the noses of their invaders to now be resurrected as the national martial art of the Philippines.
Today we're going to be visiting an arnis academy where Jude trains, also going to be training with some of the army. We're going to be finding out how they're reviving this sport that disappeared for a while for reasons, became outlawed, and now they're reviving it, kind of resurrection.
Do you know anything about arnis?
All I've seen is it's like kind of similar to fencing in a way, but with a stick. And like there's like some element of grappling allowed.
You know more than I do.
This is your home country that we're trying to.
I feel shame growing up. I was been so whitewashed with my being adopted. I had to blend in. So now coming back here, reconnecting, it's gonna be a cool experience.
And it's cool now we've done like a full circle because like.
Oh yeah, we went to Latvia.
We went to Latvia, and now we're in the Philippines.
Yeah. I had adobo yesterday. Mika made me some adobo, and it was pretty good.
Mika and Romark are definitely the same blood because she was up at like 5-something a.m. just making this food. Like a total, just, you guys are machines. I don't understand. I need to step it up.
Hey Mika, can you explain to me the different languages that are in the Philippines?
Actually, we have a lot of languages here. We have Ilonggo, Bisaya, Cebuano, Tagalog, and some Muslim.
What language do you speak?
We use Bisaya in the southern Mindanao.
This week and next week, people are going to start to come back here to Manila to start training and prepare for the World Championships, which will happen towards the end of the year. But we already have a few of the national team here, and we're going to go to them and take a look at and maybe join the training session.
So from what I understand is also you have ties with the military with this sport.
Arnis being the national martial art and sport, last year the military reached out to our head coach, to the national team, to ask for help in developing a program to help institute Arnis in the army and the armed forces.
In the 90s today, and we're entering a building with no air conditioning. So good luck to me.
I fucking hate the heat.
I don't know if you're actually a Filipino, bro.
Bro, I'd rather be Icelander.
You are more Icelandic than Filipino. Oh, look who we got, it's Jude. Good to see you, Jude.
Hi.
All right.
Hey there.
Come here, give me a call. Good to see you, bro.
Hey guys.
Carlos is Filipino's strongest man.
Hey.
He's only 105 class though.
No, I'm open now.
Oh, no, you're open.
We met when he was under 105,
Yeah.
and he did not look like the same man. All right, Jude, what do you have planned for today? What the hell are you gonna take me through?
Okay, so today we're gonna take you through the sports aspect of Arnis. So we're gonna go through the 3 different events. So there's anyo or forms. So we have padded stick sparring or point system sparring. And then we have live stick sparring, or what we more commonly know as live stick sparring.
The identity of Arnis is something that's very adaptable. As the weapons change, the system changed and the skills changed as well. Preserving the old ways is very important to me as well. Of course, we don't want that to die off and be just replaced with these more, flashy forms of Arnis. But I believe that all of these different interpretations and expressions of the Filipino martial arts have room to grow, and all can exist alongside each other and help enrich and strengthen each other.
Now it was my turn to give it a go. But first, some warm-ups focusing on wrist articulation, striking techniques, and footwork and lunging and blocking.
I definitely feel so discoordinated between these sticks in my hands. I'm like watching everyone else moving so smoothly, and I just feel like a stiff robot. Especially my left. Whenever I'm like bouncing this around, I feel like the right one I could do no problem, and the left is just swirling around, going wherever it wants to go. But as promised, I can do this. Huh? I told you guys, I do have skill and coordination, but just with this right arm.
The goal is to be able to hit the target while you're still mid-air. So your priority is getting this to the target and then your feet come out. That's because the lunge is trying to close the distance at a faster rate.
Okay, can I hold out here? Boom, like that?
Yeah, or here. Yeah! Let's do one more. One more. There you go. So just to verify how it works. So the lead, you're not gonna lunge. It's really just you stay in place and you just move your dominant foot forward to here, there, and then back.
One thing I'm definitely noticing is the importance of getting back on time. And that's, especially when I'm as a heavier guy, to make it a snappy, quick motion, I really need to drive immediately. The moment my front foot hits the ground, I need to react and drive back. And I could definitely feel like it's almost like a jumping lunge, but with trying to be as precise as possible and not get hit by a stick at the same time. It's also wild that a lot of these athletes, they don't have my height, but watching how they close that distance so quickly, I mean, that's formidable. If we had actual swords or something sharp, I'd be done for. I'd be like a whale out of water.
Finally, time to be thrown into the gauntlet with some sparring.
Okay, this has never been an issue before. Can you move?
I can move.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's just let's expand it.
Yeah, I'm ready for combat. Gang, gang. Here we go.
No? Okay, it does.
Sort of.
Okay, let's try to tighten that from behind. Just say stop, tighter, looser.
This guy's intimidating. But I'm so proud of myself. I got 1 point in. That is a huge accomplishment. He let me have it.
So what's your strategy for Martins?
Just be a bit more mobile, because he's taller than me, so has the height advantage. So I just gotta aim for the body.
Jude just taught me the ultimate strategy. Little did she know it would be to her downfall. To use my height, just go for the head. Except she taught it to me, so she probably knows 10 different counters. Yeah.
Red? Just catching up, Martins.
If this were a real match with swords, I'd have no fingers left. Oh, that's good cardio and so fun. I cannot express to you enough just the level of fun. 10 out of 10. It's exhilarating because me, even the guy that doesn't know much, I could be thrown in here and have fun with it. Just to be able to jump around. In my head, I'm imagining like this is a medieval battle with swords. And it just brings me back to boffing, but much more regimented and serious with actual moves and intention to wield weapons rather than just some kids in the backyard. We're learning real moves here.
We experience the upcoming generation of artists, a mix of traditional and modern, pushing the sport towards the flashy and competitive while holding on to a touch of older teachings. Far outside the city, however, rooted traditional techniques take precedence. We hit the road, a 4-hour drive south to a town called Paete adjacent to farmland, forest, and a lake where we were to meet with Master Doi, an old-school practitioner upholding a peculiar and historic form of arnis done on a balance beam or a board. Well, we just had to find out more.
In arms.
Oh, look at that. Whoa.
It may not look like it, but this man is a force of nature. With nothing but gestures and counting, he taught me the fundamentals he builds upon with his students. Something called triangle defense, which focuses on simple foot adjustments to achieve advantageous positioning for striking and not being hit.
Hi.
6. And then 7.
But this wasn't everything. For Master Doi, we unpacked something interesting about the style of arnis that's played on a plank. It is no mere gimmick and serves a function stemming from something unexpected: rice farming. In older times, farmers would often fight for their patch of land, facing off in the tight walkways between rice paddies. A narrow strip of dirt where one wrong step would spell certain defeat. Footwork, spatial awareness, and a fighting style specific to these circumstances culminated in a style of stick fighting Master Doi continues to teach and pass on.
I'm so humbled. I don't know how to feel about it. Everything I thought I knew, I don't mind blow. Honestly, it's like it's scientific and it's so amusing because it's really just so simple, but it depends so much on just angling and body weight and shifting. It's insane. Like, it doesn't need to be so complicated.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much movement. It's just really small, isolated movements that change the game. It's crazy.
There's a funny thing that happens in my travels for this series. As I connect with communities of unique physical ability, I find myself gazing upon their movements, daydreaming, attempting to imagine the entirety of the human story that led to the moment I'm witnessing, all based off of whatever I've picked up from my journey. With arnis, though, I encountered frustration. Despite its long life, its history is shrouded in fog, obscured by biased records of Spanish scholars, forgotten, or possibly malformed through ancient oral retellings. Yet despite that, for me, a different excitement has taken place, an appreciation for what is present and to come. Here is a fluid martial art rich with expression and function that can awe with fierce exhibition or serve as a strong fighting force for self-protection. It's becoming one of the Filipino nation's military go-tos for close quarters combat and a national sports icon for international competition. Its systemization and formal teaching are only relatively recently coming into form, but in that sense, Filipino stick fighting gives us the fresh lens into fighting that the world is made all the richer by. I hope RJ, Jude, and fabled Master Doi continue to see it blossom and grow, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world.